Now I'm going to show you how you can use .ePub on an iPad. It has many of the similar features, but it varies just a little bit, so it's worth reviewing. So I'm going to fire up the internet browser, and I'm going to type in .ePub. You can see I've been to it before, so it's going to help me out a little bit. So it's .epub.com. Now from the first look, it does look very similar to the website. However, there's one main difference. Before we get to that difference, I do want to remind you again, just like on the website, if you do want to have links and images, you should uncheck the immersive mode. This way you will get images and links. The one big difference is this box here. You will not see this box when you're on the website. So this is only on an iPad when you see this box. When you click and hold, I'm going to do select all, and I'm going to copy that code. This code is going to become very critical for turning our websites into ePubs on an iPad. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bookmark the ePub.com website. Clicking on the bookmark, I'm able to rename it if I wish, and I would like to rename it for me, so I'm going to call it .ePub, and I'm going to save it. Now I still have that text copied, and I have to do something with that. Next, I'll go to my bookmarks and I'll edit them. I wish you could do this all in one step while we were there, but you can't, so I'm going to have to go back to .ePub, and you can see the first X is on that first line. I'm going to switch it now to this second line, and I'm going to get rid of what was previously there. When I click and hold, I'm able to paste the code that we copied. That's critical. I'm going to get out of here and say done, and now I'm going to see if this works. So now I'm going to go to a website. I'm going to Google something on the website that I'd like to turn into an ePub. So I'm going to type in Jamie King plus the Wisconsin State Journal. And the reason I'm doing this is because the recent Super Bowl, he choreographed the halftime show for Madonna. So you can see here when I Google Jamie King, Wisconsin State Journal, Verona native to direct Super Bowl halftime show. So I click on that, and that would be a really interesting article for myself and my students to have kind of archived in an ePub format. We try to keep up on where our graduates are and so on and so forth. So I think this would be interesting. Now when I look at this, I notice that the picture is outside of the article, what I would consider outside of the article. So that is Jamie, and this is the article about the halftime performance. So I'm not going to be surprised if I actually don't get this image, because the image really isn't inside the article, but we'll see what happens. So I click somewhere in the article, and next I go to what looks like the bookmark, but when I click on .ePub here, it's actually converting the website into an ePub. Did you see how that kind of came about? I went to the bookmark, and when I went to it, it just automatically generated the ePub or the website into an ePub. And this I think is kind of cool, because now I have a lot of the same flexibility that I do in an ePub. I can highlight, I can increase the text, I can archive it for later use, and it's just a really neat way to turn websites into an ePub.